retelling I actually enjoyed. It had to happen sometime, didn't it? Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat and today I would like to talk about Wonder by Christina C. In the story, Ellie's sister Nadia goes missing in the boroughs, the supposedly horrible outer parts of the city. Ellie sets out to find her and discovers that few things are as they seem and that the boroughs offer her a chance at both freedom and love. Once again, a Steam warning. You get some somewhat explicit scenes in this, but I think they are quite tasteful. Ellie is depicted as quite inexperienced, but she's not shy about what she wants and has no issues going for it, so I appreciate that quite a lot. Quite a few characters tease her about being so inexperienced or almost a virgin, though, which seems really immature and doesn't say anything nice about these characters themselves. On the whole, I liked all of the characters though. Ellie is headstrong, resourceful, and possibly overprotective a little. She lets go a little bit later on, but she truly cares for her family and is willing to do just about anything for her sister and her grandma. The story begins with chapters just from Ellie's perspective, but later on you get her love interest Maddox as well. They are both very likable characters, but maybe it's because the environment is completely foreign to me. But for Maddox it sometimes felt like his reputation was doing half of his work for him and he didn't even have to do anything beyond showing up. But you know, maybe that's how it works if you're high up in a criminal organization, I don't know. But it seemed a bit strange at points. The other part about Maddox, he also seems a bit OP. Apart from his reputation doing his job for him, he also has no issues taking on 3 people in combat. It's like, I mean, if this were one buff dude against 3 people of my build with no combat experience, okay, that's doable, I suppose. But in this scenario, all 4 people have had their share of fights, and then 3 against 1 seems a bit dicey. The most interesting part about this retelling for me was the world building. It is quite interesting and dystopian, and I have many questions left that were not designed to be answered in this book anyway. But for instance, all of the people are sterilized, and that's only been going on for a couple of years, or it happened only a few years ago because one of Ellie's colleagues still has a kid that is like 8 or 9 years old. And how did this happen? How did this not turn into a massive riot on the streets when the government tries to push through such a measure? I don't know, but those are things I would quite like to know more about, and because this feels like the first book in a series, possibly a duology or trilogy, I don't know. I hope that there's more to come, but this has been published 3 years ago, so maybe I'm hoping in vain, I don't know. But if there were a second part, I would pick it up because I'm curious to see what happens with the dystopia that they pretty much live in. I think it's worth mentioning that this author writes mostly romance, and I picked the one book that is not contemporary romance. But I quite enjoyed it, and if you care for romance with black leads that gets steamy at points, then I recommend checking this author out. I think she also has a very good filtering system on her own website for how hot you want your romance, I guess. I still don't understand how retailers don't have a system for that yet. But overall, I think this Alice in Wonderland retelling gets this cat, and if you like some steam but not excessive steam, and some interesting world building with likable characters, then this might be for you. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to help the channel out, and let me know in the comments what is your favorite retelling of Alice in Wonderland, if there is such a thing. Thank you for your time. I'll be back next week with another video. Bye folks!